Welcome to a brand new episode of the Post Game. I am your host, Davion, and I'm joined by my boy David,
What's up? What's up?
and I'm joined by Lillian.
Yo, yo.
How we doing, y'all?
Pretty good.
Good,
Just
good.
woke up from a nap.
so you're doing pretty good too. Hey, it's like one of my favorite days of the year. Free agency in the NBA technically starts next week, but like all of the fun stuff started today. And so we saw so many different trades, so many different players wanted to move from team to team. I want to start us with a smaller one before we get into the big stuff. Yesterday or the day before yesterday, the Spurs traded DeJounte Murray to the Atlanta Hawks for Gallinari. Was it Gallinari or Gallinari? Gallinari and was it 3 first-round picks?
Yeah, all unprotected too, I think.
Yeah, and so I mean that was pretty much a big contract mover because I think he's supposed to be making $31 million this year, which is a lot of money for somebody who hasn't been really productive. How do we feel about the? Huh?
You said Gallinari was not productive.
I mean, for $31 million, do you think he's productive?
Yeah, I mean,
For $31 million?
he was behind Trey. He was behind a lot of people.
You know,
Go
ahead.
If he was on the Spurs, if they didn't waive him, if they wasn't rebuilding, he would have led that team.
Let him with what?
No, he wouldn't have led him nowhere, but he would have let him, show his potential while he's worth.
I mean, there's
31.
no one. I mean, there's no one else on that team. He's gonna have to leave them.
Exactly.
That's like saying I'm joining a middle school basketball team, and I'm obviously gonna lead that team.
Okay. And he's worth every penny.
Of 30. I don't know about that.
He's not getting that opportunity because 5 hours ago, Waj tweeted. He said that
He got both. Yeah.
the trade's official. The Spurs are going to waive him.
Oh yeah, definitely. Oh, it was that was literally just them picking up that $30 million from the Hawks and getting those 3 first-round picks in. That's literally what that was. Listen, David, for all the years that we've been friends, because we've been friends for probably close to 7 years now, I realize that you are a pro player. Like, you're pro players getting their money. And I agree. Like, I am too. But I definitely don't think Gallinari should be making $30 million a year. Okay, David, I got a question for you.
Yes, sir.
Who would you rather have? Oh no, okay. Out of the 3 of these names, because we're about to just move into another trade, or not even trade, a sign. So out of the 3 of these names, Joe Ingles, Gallinari, and Bobby Portis, who's the best out of those 3?
I mean, it's hard. I mean, Bobby, obviously number 1, but
okay, wait, stop right there. Bobby just signed a 4-year, $50 million, $39 million deal. So he's making roughly like $12 million a year. Like that. You see my point here?
You haven't seen Gallinari play at his
I have.
best. You have.
I liked him before he got to the Hawks when he was on some Midwest team. Who was it? Where?
He used to play in Denver. Was he somewhere? He might have been somewhere after that, though.
I mean, listen, irrelevant. But like, I just feel like he shouldn't be making that much money, and that's why they traded him away and signed him to something else.
What was his contract like? 1 year?
What his? No, so last year it was like a 2-year or when the Hawks picked it up, it was like a 2-year, like $60 million contract, something that like Gordon Hayward has, something like that.
Okay. I mean,
Yeah.
Not bad, but not good. Obviously, it's just because his age.
Oh, for sure. Absolutely.
He still can.
But I mean, moving on to another thing, Bobby. The Bucks are looking to get strong. They just picked up Joe Ingles, which I think is a big addition for them because what they thrive off of is people who can shoot the three and shoot the three ball really well. So that's a big pickup for them. And Bobby Portis came back, who's also shooting the three lights out. Not lights out, but he's shooting it really well with a 4-year, $39 million deal. Are these good moves for the Bucks?
100%. Like you said, for a team that revolves around perimeter shooting and interior defense, you get that shooting with Ingles, and you maintain shooting with Portis and the interior defense that he can provide, as well as spacing on offense.
David, how do you feel about that?
I personally think these are wonderful, wonderful moves because, like you said, the defense aspect and the three ball.
Yeah. Okay, another big contract. We're gonna move over into talking about some of the big $200 million deals some of these guys got today. And here's one that I have been debating with David about all day today. Bradley Beal signed a 5-year, $250 million contract today. David, I'll let you start. Tell me your emotions and your opinions about that.
I feel like Brad Beal, he worth every penny. The 251 mil, and for 5 years, that's perfect. He's 28, I think. He's still in his prime, and he showed why he earned every penny. I understand about the playoff aspect, but he can't help that the team is not built around him. He's still a franchise player, so he's worth every penny.
Lillian, I'll let you go next.
Look, I'm not going to disagree that Bradley Beal is worth that much money. But I will say sometimes you need to, if you want to win, you need to be willing to take that pay cut and go somewhere else if you want to win. But hey, if he wants the money and that's his main goal right now, then by all means have at it. You can have that $250 million in Washington, but just know you're probably not winning anything there.
So I agree with both. I agree with both everything. Well, not everything, but both of what y'all just said. Listen, I do think he is a star in this league. I do not think that $50 million a year is what Bradley Beal should be making after not going far. I mean, I think, have they left the first round of the playoffs?
It's been a few years.
Like, to me,
But
wait. To me, like I look at the perspective of like franchise building, like that, like winning a ring, like that's what gets my head going. And I feel like in the past 10 years, yes, you've led this team in scoring and assists, whatever you've led the team in stat wise, go you. But $50 million a year, that's like Kevin Durant numbers. That's James Harden numbers. That's Steph Curry numbers. Like, that's not, in my opinion, I just don't think Bradley Beal is that capable of a player to make $50 million a year. That's it.
I mean, you saying stuff as in obviously the winning and stuff, but have he proved to damn, I got tongue twisted. Have he proved to you that he's worth every penny, correct?
Not every penny of that 250. I mean, I'm fine with him making $35 to $43 million a year. I'm okay with that. But 50 mil, that's like where's that rank in like NBA player contracts?
That's high.
It's, I mean, as the only one that's been officially signed, I think it's the highest, but Jokic is set to sign a 5-year, 276 Superman.
Yeah, I saw that. Like, I mean, that's that. Okay. I will sit here and say that's 100%. He deserves every penny of that. He's been back-to-back MVPs, something that Bradley Beal has not. He's been back-to-back All-Star, something Bradley Beal has not. Like, me personally, I just don't get it. I just don't get it. But
yeah, I feel like obviously the small market of Washington, they don't get noticed a lot.
I get that.
If it was more media stuff, I'm pretty sure he'll be an all-star. back to back.
No. There's no way
He
you can say there's no way you can say that with the
and
record that the Washington
the
Wizards have.
who nobody wants to like just watch Washington Wizards.
I
I
don't
guess
think
so.
it has anything to do with it being Washington, but when you look at the front courts, not the front courts, sorry, the back courts in the East, there's not space for Bradley Beal to be an all-star. You got, I mean, as of right now, you got guys like Kyrie, Darius Garland. Who else you got? James Harden. There's so many backcourt guys.
I think two of the people you just named cannot, I would label as not all-stars right now. And James Harden and Kyrie Irving.
Well, when they play, they definitely
Yeah,
are.
I'm talking about like, based off last season. That's what I'm talking about. Not based off their career because they're both top-notch players. But based off last season, both of those players, you can argue, weren't top 10 players.
But I also would never argue Bradley Beal as a top 10 player.
I wouldn't argue Bradley Beal as a top.
But he's getting top 10 money.
Oh, he definitely is for a reason that I just don't understand. But anyway, I don't want to sit there and harp and like sound like I'm bashing Bradley Beal. He got paid. Good for him. Like I'm not mad that he got that money. Good for him. I'm just saying I just don't think he deserves that money.
Okay,
go ahead.
what would you restructure his contract to? Your personal
For a 5-year deal?
Mm-hmm. If you're Washington, remember, if you're Washington.
I mean, because how much was his first contract?
I think he got paid like at least 30-something a year.
Listen, I'm fine with them giving a 5-year, $200 million contract. That's $40 million a year, and that gives you a little bit of wiggle room to work around with other contracts. That's 10 extra mil in your cap space that you can work around and play with. But now you're going to be making $50 million a year, and so that's just going to cause a mess. Because I think the cap this year is like 100 and I saw it yesterday.
It's like 130 or something.
Yeah, something crazy. And so you're like already eating up 50 mil of that, almost half. But I don't know. That's just me.
If I'm the Wizards and I'm in a situation where I don't have to worry about how my player feels about what money he's getting or any of the teams, I would give him that 5-year, $200 million deal.
Yeah,
I think Bradley Beal's down for that, but I'm not spending $250 million on a guy that has made All NBA once in his career and it was only 13. To me, he's not worth that.
Yeah, exactly. And so it's like it seems pointless for me. But anywho, I don't want to sit here and talk about him all day. More news that's hit off today. Kevin Durant told the Brooklyn Nets today that he wants a trade, listing the Suns and the Heat as destinations that he want to go. Talk to me. Did we think this? Where do we think he's gonna go?
I would expect Miami. I don't think Phoenix is willing to give the pieces they need to give up to get Kevin Durant. I don't think they necessarily want Kevin Durant that bad. But Miami, I think Miami's in a situation where they feel that if they can get Kevin Durant and keep at either Jimmy Butler or Bam Adebayo, hopefully both, then they're in a position where they feel they can win the East and possibly win the title.
I think they should keep Jimmy Butler. I think you can let Bam go. I think. Let me say why. It's easier to replace a center than to replace a Jimmy Butler, who's a top 10 player in this league. Yes or no?
That's true.
You were just saying that last year.
Wait, what do you mean? I'm a Heat fan.
Playoff Jimmy Butler is top 10. I don't know if I'd say regular season Jimmy Butler.
Well, I mean,
he
doesn't care about the regular season at all. He has no need to. I mean, you're going to get a nice seeding and so. But yeah, I just know. I mean, you can't disagree with the statement that you can replace a center, but you cannot replace Jimmy Butler that easily.
No, you really can't.
And so, with that looming, I think Kyrie Irving said he wants to go to one team and one team only, and that's LA. And so Go ahead.
I saw something where he said he was going to try and force a trade with him and KD to the Lakers, that's a bold choice by Kyrie, and I don't think that's realistic. And if it does happen, the Lakers don't keep Anthony Davis.
They don't keep Anthony Davis, and I really think that. And I read a report that they're centering their trade around Westbrook to get him gone too, because you have to get him gone, right?
If you're the Lakers, I don't think you want Westbrook anymore.
You think after last season, and of course with that 40. Okay, David, with that $47 million that he just opted into, I think you have to get him gone, and honestly, push come to shove, get Anthony Davis gone as well.
Keep AD.
But you can't. What if you can't? What if they want AD? For me to take $47 million of Westbrook's contract, you have to keep. You have to bring the other guy too.
The Nets will be in rebuilding mode, and I think the Lakers are going to do whatever it takes to keep AD and LeBron. I mean, they want a trio. They don't want a duo.
Well, realistically, we know that if Kyrie gets his way and KD and Kyrie end up in LA, you're not going to have a starting lineup with Kyrie, LeBron James, Kevin Durant, and Anthony Davis.
KD is not going to LA. The Lakers do not have enough. They don't have enough money for that.
No, they don't. They'd have a bunch of G League players coming off the bench.
Well, I saw they were signing a bunch of young guys today.
They signed
to probably offset that mess.
Damian Jones and Lonnie Walker, I think.
Walker is
a good signing.
Yeah, I like Lonnie Walker too.
I feel like they're signing these mid-tier guys because I feel like they can balance a way to get all four of them on the team.
All four of who?
Kyrie, KD, LeBron, and AD.
Bro, that's impossible. That's not
David,
happening.
that will not happen. Listen, if that happens, I will give you whatever you want. I will buy a house in your name. There's no way they're gonna listen. There's no way they're gonna have LeBron and KD on the same team. There's not enough money in the world. Not when KD has a $47 million contract. Then you have LeBron, who's making how much? LeBron making 30 at least.
This is LA,
bro. That doesn't mean anything. That won't happen. A salary cap is still a thing.
No, but they can go into the luxury tax.
I know, but it's not that much money. That's like an extra $10 million.
How do you think Golden State keeps their team? The owner pays out their pocket.
David, listen, I understand that. I completely understand that, but that will not happen at this team. Okay, let me tell you why this won't happen. What exactly are they going to trade to Brooklyn?
They know Brooklyn's rebuilding. Brooklyn's probably not looking to get a star back. They obviously
are.
No, they can't get much back trading KD. They can get plenty of role players and some picks and stuff.
Did you hear what they said about trading KD? They literally said that because one of his destinations is the Suns. They said to the Suns, we're not trading him unless you give us D-Book.
The Suns is different than the Lakers.
Oh my gosh!
Why would the Nets just decide, we'll give the Lakers somebody with nothing in return?
They are not trying to contend. If they losing everybody, they're not trying to contend. They don't care.
Then why would you put up a hassle to trade them or why would you put up a hassle to say to the Suns, we're not going to trade them unless we get D-Book?
Because D-Book is better than the whole Laker roster.
Whatever. I'm not out to sit here and entertain that crap about. Get out of here with that. Listen, I think KD will go wherever he want to go, but I do think if Kyrie go to the Lakers, either Anthony Davis or Russell Westbrook will be in the trade package, if not both of them. And so whatever happens, huh?
Oh, I never gave my prediction on KD. I feel like KD, he was not gonna go to one of the teams he preferred. I feel like he'll just go to I don't know. I just feel like he'll go to Portland or something.
You know what's so funny? I was just gonna say that because I saw something a couple of days ago, and I was like, if he went to Portland with Damian Lillard, they would be. Would that make them contenders?
No.
No.
You
Okay,
can't
I disagree with that statement.
we can't just put superstars together and just say, oh well, they're gonna win now.
Well, I mean,
You got
it depends on the superstar.
It depends on the superstars, but other than the Warriors, Kevin Durant just joining superstars or playing with superstars hasn't worked.
LeBron.
Kevin Durant has never played with LeBron James.
Did you say
I'm talking about LeBron. I'm talking about LeBron with D Wade and Bosh.
Okay, so 2013, Kevin Durant has never played with anybody other than the Warriors and done something.
I guess so. Well, that's probably because Westbrook was so bad.
Yeah, you can't blame team failure over player. You know what I'm saying.
Yeah. I think I just read something. I'm really sad about it. I think Victor Oladipo agreed to a 1 year, $11 million deal with the Miami Heat.
Yeah,
that's so depressing. I'm so unhappy about that.
Oh, because he was the only person that strapped up JB and JT.
Who did they strap him up at?
Lord,
they made it to the fight. They made it to the finals.
Yeah, but he still played his part. He did what Victor Oladipo do, and $11 million for Victor Oladipo. I know he just coming back from injury and stuff. He can still produce. You saw how
he came
produce,
back. David. He can't produce.
No, he
can't produce.
He played next to no offense in the
he can't score. He scored. He had I think he had 47 one night or something like that. He had over 30 once or twice, and all the games he played.
Injury this year.
Okay. If he doesn't produce this year, he's cut him dry, in my opinion.
So what you think he's? What you think? What you think VO worth?
That 1 year, $11 million.
Exactly. So why are you sad?
Because I don't like his productivity. That's why I'm sad. Anywho, I'm gonna read off a couple of these other trades. I'm gonna say 3 or 4 of them real quick, and then we'll talk about them. All right, Mo Bamba agreed to stay in Orlando, 2 years, $21 million. I know they were hesitant to bring him back, and so I guess it's like a prove it deal for him. JaVale McGee signed with the Dallas Mavericks. I think I like that a lot. Give Luka a big man down there. PJ Tucker, really sad to see him go, but he's gone for a 3-year, $33 million deal. Deserves that. Lou Dort signed a 5-year, $87 million deal. I like that for him as well. I think we talked about Nikola Jokic signing that Supermax for a lot of money. What is it, 5-year? I don't see it.
276.
Yeah, 276, which is nuts. Let me see. Is there any of y'all want to really talk about? See if I can find. I mean, okay, on this DeAndre Ayton situation, you think he's gonna re-sign for the Suns, or do you think he's gone?
I want him to go to Detroit. I want to see a combination of Jaden Ivey, Cade Cunningham, and DeAndre Ayton.
Listen, if that happens, they got a squad.
I want that to become a big 3. It just sounds like fun basketball.
David, how do you feel about that?
Me personally, we talking about DeAndre?
DeAndre, yeah. Where do you think? What do you think his potential landing spot is?
I don't know why. I just feel like the Hornets. I just feel like that's suitable. Like
that's you know what that is? That's that Hornet, that Carolina delusion. That's what that.
That's not delusion. That's why. No, it's not. That's why in every mock trade they have him on the Hornets. Every trade offer you can get.
Bro, every mock trade I've seen for a Hornets big man is Miles Turner.
Turner and DeAndre.
I don't know what he's gonna do, Miles Turner. Let's see what else we got. The Kings signed somebody today. They signed. Help me.
Malik Monk, I think.
Yes, Malik Monk. Yes, yeah.
De'Aaron Fox.
And Fox. Yeah, with Fox. listen, there's a lot of like play. I realized that like half of the Nets, because what they did last season, they put a lot of players on these 1-year deals to see if this experiment was going to work. And now it didn't work, and a lot of them are going to opt out of these contracts, or a lot of them are going to get traded. Because right now you got Gordon Dragic, Drummond, you have Blake Griffin, you have Kyrie, who's going to be on his way out. I think I don't think he's going to come back. LaMarcus Aldridge. I mean, that's what 5. Bruce Brown. Like there's a bunch of these guys who looks like the Nets are getting ready to rebuild. Like again, like how did that happen? Go ahead.
I think that's just a combination of injuries and, Kyrie's whole situation, and the combination of that and trying to unorganically build a super team. You've got to have some type of pieces there already to start it off.
You know what it reminded me of? It reminded me of what the Lakers just tried to do this past season as well. It's like you get all these old people together, these old superstars in quotes together, and expect them to play perfectly together, and then they don't. Especially when you have like Kyrie and KD. Well, not KD necessarily, but Kyrie, who has an ego and has this wild life, in my opinion. And I'm not going to get into his life and what he does for his fun time. It's irrelevant. But you have him making all these dumb decisions and only playing 30 games in the past 3 games each. I mean, like averaging 30 games played in the past 3 seasons. So that's not enough for a super max or a max deal at all. But I don't know. I think I definitely do think. Usually, with big name players like this, we see it happen in football a lot. Once you see one quarterback or one specific star move, there's like 6 or 7 different like strands off that. And so I think once you see KD and Kyrie, that whole situation like figured out, and once you see them move, there'll be a strand of things that happen. Zach LaVine's looking. Go ahead.
What do you think will happen with Simmons?
Like, will he stay or go? I think he'll stay.
Yeah, because I feel like he wanted his own.
I feel like exactly. Like he just got there. Like he wanted his own team. Like he was over the junk in Philly. So now he's like, all right, Brooklyn. If Katie and Kyrie leave, it's my own team that they can build around and put shooters around me to see if I can fix this problem. But it's just a matter of how that happens. Zach LaVine's hoping to stay. Well, the Bulls are hoping Zach LaVine stays and signs a supermax with them as well. I really do hope he stays in Chicago. Like, do we see there's a possibility of him leaving?
I don't think there is anymore. I think all of those rumors were just rumors. I think Zach LaVine knows that they can build something special in Chicago, and I think he wants to be a part of that.
David, what about you? Zach LaVine.
I feel like Zach LaVine, he deserves, a near max, but I feel like he'll a near max, yeah.
Okay.
He still has his potential. I think he was an all-star this year.
He was. Okay, who do you think is better, Zach LaVine or Bradley Beal?
Ooh, that's tough.
How's that?
I'm taking LaVine because he plays more defense.
David, are you like? Go ahead. What'd you say?
I'm taking Bill because he played more games and he has.
He plays more. He was just hurt half the season last year. There's no way. How you play more games? Let me tell you why. This is some crap. LaVine literally just got an All-Star appearance last season. And you said, but you justified that. You justified Bradley Beal getting a super max, $50 million a year. But you just said Zach LaVine deserves something close to it. What?
Not near super max. I said less than a max too. I'm talking about but near max.
Okay, what's the near max? 5 years, 250. 5 years, 250.
You have to. I'll say 5 year. No, not 5 year 250.
So you think he should make less than Bradley Beal?
Yeah.
In no world should Bradley Beal be making more than Zach LaVine.
Exactly.
LaVine is better than Beal?
Yes.
Yes.
Ooh. They both been in the same type of situation. You know how Chicago been the whole career. You saying how Washington been the whole career. And out of their whole careers, you would take LaVine over Beal?
Yes.
Hold on. Washington hasn't even been that poverty for all of Beal's career. He had John Wall with him most of it.
Yep.
They were making the playoffs. Zach LaVine never made the playoffs.
Where did they go? Exactly. That's another reason.
But look at this season. Look at this season. Look at last season. Let's be real. Out of the two of those players, John Wall and Zach LaVine, who's had more help in their career before last season? Bradley Beal, exactly. So you can't sit here and say that. You can't sit here and say that he doesn't deserve it. You saw what happened last season when they put help around Zach LaVine. They became a playoff team. They were number 3 or 4 in the NBA, in the NFC. I mean, in the NFC, in the AFC, in the East.
You know why?
Because they put they put help. They put help around him. That's you're not getting that. You're not getting the point.
Exactly. No, I get the
Beal
point.
had help. Beal had help. That's what I'm telling you.
Bill had help.
Yes. John Wall was there.
Wow, John Wall.
Bill had a top 5 guard in the NBA with him.
You talk about John Wall and over DeMar DeRozan.
At the time of that career, yes.
Oh my gosh,
John Wall over the DeMar
John Wall.
Prime John Wall and prime DeMar DeRozan.
Bro, DeRozan, and he hooper when.
Bro, prime DeRozan hasn't happened since Toronto though.
My point exactly. I mean, as we're talking about John Wall, he's about to get bought out in Houston. Does he have a landing spot?
Yeah, he already going.
Huh?
The Clippers.
He already going.
Oh yeah, Clippers. That is right. Yeah. You're right. My bad. I zoned out.
And boy, they are some dogs.
I mean, Clippers are top teams in the West. Yes or no?
Yeah. Hell yeah. They are. What Draymond said. They're a threat and a problem.
Yeah, they're gonna be better than the Lakers next season. Simple.
Well, that's not a high bar.
Lakers the past 10 seasons. So
yeah, you got a point. Yeah, Lakers ain't really. I mean, no, Lakers won a championship 2 seasons ago.
That stuff don't count.
Do you really?
But before that and after that, they've been nothing.
Yeah, good point. All right. Final thoughts. Let's take this last 5 minutes to give our final thoughts about free agency and about everything that's going on right now. And I want to hear both of y'all's final thoughts of today.
Well, free agency today,
Go ahead, David.
Free agency today, I thought I was going to get bigger moves, bigger new names. I mean, same names, new places. I thought I was going to get a lot of that. But lots of folks re-signed with their teams, was kind of glad. Basketball was competitive this year, and I still want that same competitive edge. So I really have I really have a neutral feeling about free agency. But the crazy thing, what really shocked me was about the KD and Kyrie situation. I can't wait to see how that turns out. I really want to see still good basketball, but I want to see entertainment too.
100%. And for me, number one thing I actually noticed today was we saw something that I really didn't expect from the Lakers. They went out and they signed young guys. They decided we need some youth to go with these aging stars. That was really smart by them. Not necessarily the best youth, but Lonnie Walker, definitely an underrated signing. Juan Toscano-Anderson can, finish well. And then also one other thing that I've noticed is we haven't seen him since the bubble, but TJ Warren is a free agent.
I was gonna say that, yeah.
So that's definitely somebody to look out for. Could be a dark horse signing. I'd love to see him go to a situation like Minnesota. I think he could fit in really well in Minnesota with Anthony Edwards and Karl-Anthony Towns.
I think over the next couple of days, and here's my closing statement. Over the next couple of days, over the next couple of weeks, we'll see a lot of big moves. And hear me now, when that one move happens with KD, Kyrie, DeAndre Ayton, whoever, one of those superstars, when that one move happened, we'll see 3 to 6 trades that shifts the NBA and like projections and everything completely. And so once that happens, that's what I think everything will start selling down. But until then, we'll just have to wait and see where KD goes and Kyrie and if the Lakers are going to keep Westbrook because he's terrible. But yeah, that's all we got for now. Thank y'all for listening to this. It's like literally one of my favorite times of the year. Whenever all the sports, all the free agency is open, all the fun times are happening. Yeah. So let's start getting out of here. And David, Lillian, I appreciate y'all for coming on. But yeah, I have been your host, Davion.
And this has been David.
It's been Lillian.
And this has been the postgame.